members and my dear students. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the National Technology Day seminar organized by Global Group of Institutions, affiliated to Macau and approved by AICT. Today we have gathered to celebrate the spirit of innovation and technological advancement that shapes our world. National Technology Day is a celebration of India's technological power and achievements. It marks the successful nuclear test conducted in Pokhran in 1998, showcasing our national scientific capabilities. The theme of today's seminar is Embracing Innovation for a Better Tomorrow. Our objective is to bring together experts, researchers and students to share knowledge, ideas, experiences in the field of technology. National Technology Day is celebrated on May every year in India. It commemorates the successful nuclear test conducted, showcasing India's scientific and technological capabilities. We have an exciting lineup for sessions and presentations covering topics from intelligence, cybersecurity and other technological sessions, which will boost scientific research, encourages investment in research and development, fosters a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, showcasing India's technological capabilities globally. So it's a celebration of India's scientific achievement and a reminder of importance of innovation and technological progress. So I hope that this seminar will inspire and motivate all of us to explore the vast possibilities of technology and contribute to shaping a brighter future. So let's begin this encouraging session with lots of glory and pride. So with this, we would start or we would rather initiate our session with the lamp lighting ceremony. I would request our respected faculty members to please come up and join the lamp lighting ceremony. Shubham Purusam Kalyanam. Please continue the next part of the program. Please.
Thank you. Good morning, my dear lovely students. May I have your attention, please? Yes, that's great. Good morning to our respected managing directors, honorable respected teachers, colleagues, and my dear lovely students. Today we have gathered over here to celebrate the National Technology Day. This day commemorates a glorious chapter in the science and technology of our country, India. On this day in 1998, India successfully demonstrated its technological prowess to the world by conducting the nuclear tests. We celebrate this day every year on May 11th to commemorate that achievement. Technology is not just a subject today, it has become a part of our life. From agriculture to health, from education to business, the contribution of technology in every field is immense. On this day, we encourage the new generation to develop innovative thinking and a scientific attitude. In today's program, we will discuss various aspects of technology, its possibilities and challenges. There are many of us who will be the technology leader of the future. This day can be a source of inspirations for them. So let's begin our program with BCA first year, Durga Shankar Gargi Anamika Krishnadas Odhikari. I'm requesting all these students to please come for their presentations.
Good morning everyone. So every day we use various kinds of websites for our daily purposes. So have you ever think that how the websites are built or how they work? No, no. So today in this presentation we will know these kind of things, that how the websites are built and their working process. And this presentation will be showed by me, Durga Shankar, and my teammates Gargi, Onamika and Krishna. So before building a website, we all need to know there are two main parts. One is front end and another one is back end. So front end part is basically what the user sees on the screen. It includes text, paragraphs, headings, and tables, and etc. And the back end part, like uh, the user don't see this part, but it helps in working process of the website. So the front end and back end combine together to create the complete website. For example, if you want to log in a web page, the front end part shows you the login form, and the back end part finds your username and password from the server. So we will discuss more crucially in our further slides. So next slide please. Okay, in these slides have a look on the list of content. Front-end technology under this HTML, CSS and some of it is framework, then JavaScript and some frameworks. Then under backend technology, API and databases. Next slide please. Okay, in this slide we will know what is the front-end technology, what is the definition. So listen, front-end technology which refers to the media or tools that is used to create the user visible part of a website. It includes HTML for structuring the web page, for designing we use CSS, and for adding functionality or when we need to increase the interactivity, we use JavaScript. Okay, next slide. You can see HTML, and it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And HTML5, that is the latest version of HTML. So what is HTML? HTML, you can say it is the backbone of any web page. Like HTML used to create the basic structure of any web page. Now you can see the basic elements of, or some elements that are the paragraph, headings, list, links, and something like that. Next slide. Okay, CSS. It stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It is actually used to the page that is made by HTML. We use CSS to design this page. Now there are mainly three types of CSS. First one is inline CSS. That is in this type of CSS the code is written under the every HTML elements. And then internal CSS. Internal CSS. I have already told about inline CSS. Then comes the internal CSS. Internal CSS is written also in the HTML file, but it is written in the head tag under the style tag. Now external CSS, it is written in external CSS is written in the .css file. It is written in separate file. Then it is linked with the HTML document with link tag. Then here are some selectors in the CSS. First one is class selector. When we need to style an individual element of HTML, then we use when we need to style an individual element of HTML, we use ID, and for the group of elements, we use class selectors. Next slide, please. So here is the CSS framework. So what is the framework? If we style HTML element, then we need to write a lot of codes. But when we use framework, we can do it just using some few of lines. So there are two well-known frameworks. One is Bootstrap and another one is Tailwind. Have a look on the Bootstrap framework. It provides you a grid system. It means you can create a flexible layout with this framework. Then responsive design, it means if you open your website in different devices like your phone, tablets or desktop, the website will fit to your screen accordingly. Then UI components, you can find here the ready-made UI components. You can just drag and drop it to your code and use it simply. Next slide. Here is another one modern framework, that is Tailwind CSS. It provides you utility-first approach. It means you can get the code are written in some predefined classes. You just need to copy that class and write in your HTML code, and you can use it. Then customization, it provides you more customizability rather than the simple CSS code. So I will end here, and the rest part will be continued by my teammate Gari.
Thank you, Durga Shankar. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Gargi Manna. You have heard about the structure and styling process. Now, we will see how we can add functionality and increase interactivity. We use JS to add functionalities. At first, we will know the definition. JavaScript. So, what is a JavaScript? JavaScript is a dynamic scripting language used for making web pages interactive. It allows for the creation of animated graphics, interactive forms, and more. JavaScript can be embedded directly into HTML or are placed in a separate file. Next slide, please. Now, I will discuss about some JS frameworks. First one is React.js, developed by Facebook. React is maintained by Meta and a large community. It uses component-based UI with a virtual DOM. Now, have a look on the key features. First, syntax. Second one is hooks. Third and last one is state management. Next slide, please. Here are the another framework, Angular Google's framework. First one is TypeScript. Angular uses. Here are the another frameworks is Angular Google's framework. First one is TypeScript. Angular uses for TypeScript robust development. Second one is MVC architecture. Follows the model view controller pattern. Third one is dependency injection. Supports dependency injection for modularity. Next slide, please. Here we will see the need of frameworks. First one is complex application. Vanilla.js can become unwieldy in large projects. Second one is faster development. Frameworks offer pre-built tools and structures. Third one is code reusability. Components can be reused for the application. Fourth one is efficient state management. Frameworks efficiently manage UI changes. Now, I am going to the rest of the part to my team member, Anamika. Thank you.
Thank you, Gargi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anamika Bela. I am excited to talk about backend technology. Are you know that what is backend technology? Now let's see. What is backend technology? Backend technology refers to a server-side application where data is processed, stored, and managed. It involves with word, databases, and server. It runs on the server. Next slide, please. Key features of backend development. First is server-side focus. Focus on the server side of web development. Second is database integration. Integrates with databases. API connectivity. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Power website with API connectivity. Next slide, please. Now I will discuss why use a backend. Backend is used for server-side logic handling, data storage. Second is data storage, enabling data storage handle of backend developers. Communication with front-end and backend, and play a crucial role of server security. Next slide, please. There are some popular backend languages: Python, Java, PHP. Now I will request to Krishna to carry forward the next topic. Thank you for listening me.
Thank you, Anamika. Good morning, everyone.
I am Krishnada Sudhikari, a first year student of BCA department. We are already know that what is front-end and back-end technology. Today my discussion topic is API databases. So I will start my topic. What is an API? Full form of API. Application Programming Interface. APIs allow software to communicate. They define interactions between systems. This enables modular development and data exchange. Next slide please. The next topic is what is a database? Database means structured data collection. Databases organize and store data. They manage information for efficient retrieval. API databases streamline access. Next slide. In this slide, I will cover about how working API database. First, client sends a request, then API process request, then database fetches data, then API sends a response. I hope this process is clear to everyone. The next slide please. In this slide, I will cover about API database use cases. First one is e-commerce, manage product catalog and orders. And second one is social media, handle user profile, post and comment. And third one is IoT application, store and process sensor data. And the last one is financial services, record transaction and provide real-time updates. Next slide please. Well, we are almost in the end. Now I will say the conclusion of front-end and back-end technology. Front-end makes the website look good and back-end makes it work properly. We use HTML and CSS to build a website. Front-end and Bootstrap like make it easier. Both parts are important to complete and smooth website. Next slide please. We have got this reference Google Scholars, from GGI Notespan, from other renowned article sites like Kids for Geeks, W3 School, Tutorials Point. Next slide. Thank you for listening me. We are grateful to our respected HOD ma'am for giving us the opportunity for giving the presentation. Thank you so much everyone. Have a nice day.
Again, a team from BCA, that is Koina, Payal, Annesha and Shuprabha.
My name is Koina Bhavna. I am a second year student of BCA department. That is Bachelor Degree of Computer Application in Global Group of Institutions, Bulgaria. Today, my topic is SQL versus NoSQL database backup and recovery, presented by Koina Bhavna, Payal Jana, Annesha Mondol, Shuprabha Das. First of all, suppose we are going in a market. We cannot carry any bags. How we can carry all good things like fruits and vegetables? It can be impossible. So, database like a bag. We can keep our all good things what we buy. Let me explain. What is the database? Next slide please. Next slide please. What is database? Database is a collection of data. It can be storage and manipulation of data. Database use many places like school, bank, hospital and companies. With the database, you can change, add and remove data safely and quickly. Next slide please. Need of the database. We need a database because it provides organized and structured way to store, manage and retrieve large amount of data efficiently and effectively. There are two types of database. First, NoSQL database. Second, SQL database. Now I will tell SQL database. Next slide please. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Is developed 1970 and data was mostly structured. SQL databases are table-based and vertically scalable. For example, Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, etc. Next slide please. Key features of SQL database. First, relational model. Organize data into table with predefined schema. Second, asset properties. Ensure data integrity through automaticity, consistency, isolations, and durability. Third, structured query language. Standard language for manipulating data and requerying. Next slide, please. Use cases of SQL database. SQL databases are well-suited applications for the recurring and structured data. Example, inventory management, e-commerce system, and financial system, etc. There are a number of business use cases like transaction data in bank, employee data in company, etc. Next slide, please. Drawbacks of SQL database. First, complexity. Complexity, suppose we are 4 to 5 more tables, then complexity of the key will be increased. And scalability, if you want a new data and new rows, that is very difficult for scalable. Rigid structure. The database are for very the database it cannot be very fast and cannot change very fast. And last, data type limitations. Support limited data types like JSON and XML. Then I am for file to carry forward the next part.
Thank you so much, Goena, for describing briefly. My name is Payal Jana. I am a secondary student of PCA department. Still now we face multiple disadvantages of SQL. Now let's find out the solution of drawbacks. Use cloud or distribute database for better scalability. Use JSON or support migration tools for flexible schema. Store unstructured data in external storage like cloud. Use ORMs or virtual tools to simplify SQL uses. Moving on the next slide. Now I will discuss what is NoSQL database. NoSQL database on the other hand offer flexible schema and can store data in format like JSON, XML. These databases are ideal for large volume of unstructured data. Moving on the next slide. Key features of NoSQL. First is flexible schema. Data can store in a various format like JSON, XML. Second is scalability. It's a design for horizontal scaling across multiple servers. Next slide, please. What is AWS? AWS stands for Amazon Web Service. Is cloud computing platform by Amazon that provides service like storage, database, and code. So you can run apps and websites without managing physical server. AWS and MongoDB can work together and they often use side by side in modern cloud application. Moving on the next slide. There are many examples of NoSQL database, among which I will explain in MongoDB. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is a NoSQL database used to storage, manage and access data. There are different types of MongoDB, but I will discuss about 3 types. First is MongoDB Compass, second is MongoDB Atlas, and third is MongoDB Set. Moving on the next slide. First is MongoDB Compass. MongoDB Compass is a graphical user interface of MongoDB. How it works? Create, read, update and delete data using from view schema, index, documents and perform steps. Moving on the next slide. Second is MongoDB Atlas. MongoDB Atlas is a cloud-based managed database service provided by MongoDB. How it works? Host managed MongoDB database in the cloud, would like AWS and Google Cloud. Handles backup, security, calling, monitoring, and etc. Next slide, please. Third is MongoDB Shell. MongoDB Shell is a command line tools in a MongoDB. How it works? Lets you connect to MongoDB and run commands using JavaScript syntax. Manage database, insert, update, delete, document, create, index, etc. I will calling on a to tell for on the next slide.
Thank you, Kyle. Very good afternoon, everyone. I am Anessa Mondal, a second-year student of PCA department. Now I will discuss different types of data backups. Backups are critical to maintaining data integrity and availability in case of hardware failure, human error, or cyber attack. Now I will discuss one by one. First is full backup. It is a complete copy of the entire database. It has many advantages. It is very simply a restore process and it is easy to understand and implement. It has a major disadvantage. It is very time consuming for large database. Next one is incremental backup. Backups that store automatically. It has many advantages. Less storage space is required and it has many disadvantages. Complex restore process and high risks when one incremental backup is corrupted. Moving to the next slide. Third was in differential backups. Backups that all changes in last full backup. It has many advantages. It is simple backup process and it has many disadvantages. Time consuming for large database. Next one is cloud backup. Store data in the cloud storage device. It has many advantages. It is offsite, scalable, and cost effective. It has a major disadvantage. It is very time consuming. Last one is automated schedule backup. Backups that all changes in predefined schedule. It has many benefits. It reduces human error and it gives peace in mind. It has many disadvantages. Need monitoring to ensure success. Thank you, everyone. I am calling to Suprabhat to carry forward the next slide.
Thank you, Anessa, for describing SQL backup and recovery process. My name is Suprabhat Das. Good afternoon, teachers and everyone. I can explain about NoSQL backup and recovery process. There are different types of NoSQL backup and recovery process. I can explain one by one. The first is snapshot-based backup. Snapshot-based backup, taking a picture of your data in a certain time. The next is incremental backup. Incremental backup saves only the new or changed file since the last backup. It fast and saves space. And the next one is data export and import. Data export means sending data out from the another system. And the data import means bringing the file into another system. Move to the next slide. The next point is testing restore process. Testing restore process means make sure your data can get your back from the backup. The next one is replication and sharding. Replication means copy the same data into the different place and so if one is failed, the other still have the data. And the sharding means splitting the data into the part and store them the different places to make it easier to manage. So here you can see this is the replication and this is the data. Copy the same data into the different places and this is sharding. Copy the data but split the data, not copy, split the data but it cannot be stored in one place. The next is custom script. Custom script is a small program that made to do specific tasks automatically. Move to the next slide. So we have reached the end of our presentation. So the conclusion is SQL are reliable, structured and great for managing the relations and queries. NoSQL database are flexible and easy to scale and great for handling big or changing data. Move to the next slide. So we have reference from the GJ Notes Bank and Geek for Geeks etc. Thank you everyone. Thank you for listening us to end our presentation. Thank you.
Momita Bijoli, Devoshmita Maitri, Shondip Bera, and their presentation is Big Data Analysis, Front-End versus Back-End Technologies. Welcome to this platform, Momita Bijoli. Please give a bigger round of applause for Momita.
Everything depends our thought process, mindset and perspective. So, a strong and positive mindset, clear thought process and the right perspective can lead you to your goal. Good morning everyone. My name is Momita Bijoli and I am second year student of BCA department. Today, I will talk about something that is becoming very important in today's digital world. Big data analysis. Every day we create a huge amount of data through social media, online platform, using apps, watching videos. But have you ever thought what happens to all the data? How do companies use it? That's where big data analysis comes in. It helps companies understand people's behavior, make smart decisions, and helps the companies to improve their work. Now come to the point. What is big data? Big data means a huge amount of data. For example, YouTube uploads 500 plus videos in every minute. It's a big example of big data. Now come to the point. What are the sources of big data? The sources of big data are social media, Facebook, Instagram, shopping platform, Flipkart, Amazon, smartphone apps and many more. Now, come to the real point. What is big data analysis? It means collecting, organizing and studying the big data to find a useful pattern. For example, YouTube uploads 500 plus videos in every minute. By 2025, the world will get 175 of data. These are all big examples of big data analysis. In real life example, when Netflix suggests you a movie, you may like it. It also uses a big data analysis. And when Google shows you graphic, it also uses a big data analysis. Now, what are the steps of big data analysis? First, data gathering. Gather the data from various sources. 2. Data store. Then store the data in a proper way. And third, data cleaning. Remove errors and duplicates. And fourth, data analysis. Using tools to find the useful pattern. And the last one is data visualization. Showing results using charts and graphs. Now I will show you some tools and technologies of big data analysis. First, framework. In case of framework, we have to use Hadoop. In case of databases, we have to use NoSQL, MongoDB. And in case of languages, we may use Python or SQL. Now, I will request Devoshmita to continue this part.
Thank you, Momita. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Devoshmita Maitri. Okay. Now, I will discuss real life of big data application of big data analysis. First, healthcare. Doctor use data to disease ID. Next, business. Company understands customer need. Next, banking to detect fraud and secure transaction. And last, education. Personalized student learning. Moving on next slide please. Now, I request benefit of big data analysis. First, better decision making. It helps our company better decision making tools quickly. Next, save time and money. It helps our company very easy, means faster time and faster growth. Next, understanding customer needs. It helps our company understanding customer need and requirement. Next, improve product and service data. Company know what is good and what is not, so it is improve their growth, customer feedback. Next, improve business growth. Within right data, the business more reach customer, so it is growth faster. So big data analytics help our smart choice, save time and money and better service of people. That's all today my presentation. Now I request Shwati to describe the next slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Devasmita. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Sandeep here. Today, I discuss about challenges of big data analysis and futures of big data analysis. Next slide. First of all, I will talk about challenges of big data analysis. First up, data privacy and security. Big data contains personal and sensitive information. If it's not protected properly, then hackers can steal it. And the next are too much data. Sometimes the amount of data is so huge that it's hard to manage. Storing and organizing it becomes difficult. And the next point is data quality problem. Some data may be wrong, duplicate or incomplete, and bad data give us the wrong result. And the last point, lack of skilled people. Big data needs experts who know how to handle and analyze it, but they are not young to trade in this field. Next slide. And the next topic is future of big data analysis. First up is AI integration. With AI, data will be done automatically and it will be better and faster. And the next point, skill and qualification. Technical skill in programming language like Python, SQL and R, as well as data visualization like Power BI will be more essential. And the next point, more jobs and career opportunities. The demand of AI experts, data scientists and machine learning will be growing. Students with data skill will get great job offer. And the last point, focus on data privacy. As data use grow, keeping it safe will be more important. New rules and systems will protect people's information. Next slide. Okay, the last topic is conclusion. To sum up, big data analysis is a powerful tool to changing our world. It helps companies, doctors, teachers, even government to make better decisions. We are living in a data-driven world. In our every click, every search, and every online activity is creating data. Thank you. I will request to move the discussion.
Okay, at the end of the presentation, I will show you a very interesting fact. Look at here. Anyone tell me the name of the logo on the device? Anyone? Yes, absolutely right. Now anyone tell me the device name? Anyone? Okay, fine. The device name is Underwater Data Center. It's stored under the water. It stored millions of data. Now the question is, why it's stored under the water? Because it produces a huge amount of heat, and under the water, its cooling system is perfect for the data. It's a big example of data analytics. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Nandita.
Student of BCA, that is Bachelor Degree in Computer Application. Okay, before I begin, let me ask you something. What if just one click would let a hacker steal your personal information? It sounds shocking, right? But it happens every single day. That's why today we are going to talk about cyber attacks, how they happen, and how we can protect ourselves. Moving on to the next slide. This is basically today's topic that we will discuss. The table contains an introduction, types of cyber attacks and their prevention techniques, and also we will go through the general prevention tips and followed by conclusion and references. Moving on to the next slide. Let's start with the introduction. Moving on to the next slide. So what exactly is a cyber attack? A cyber attack is an attempt by hackers or cyber criminals to steal, damage or gain unauthorized access to a computer, network or data. In simple words, it's when a hacker tries to steal sensitive information or harm digital systems. Importance of cybersecurity. In today's digital world, cybersecurity protects personal and business information from being accessed, changed, or gain unauthorized access. Impact of cyber attacks. Cyber attacks can target individual, businesses, and even government systems. Moving on to the next slide. But why do cyber attacks happen? There are many reasons to why do cyber attacks happen. Sometimes from stealing money from people or spy on companies. Some hackers do it just for fun or fame. In other cases, it can be out of anger or revenge. Moving on to the next slide. Now let's quickly look at the types of cyber attacks. There are mainly 4 types of cyber attacks: passive attacks, active attacks, internal or external attacks. What is passive attack? Passive attacks did not harm your system. They quietly observe or steal data without even being noticed. For example, listening online conversation. Then what is active attacks? Active attacks try to harm or change your system, like spreading viruses, deleting files, or make a website crash. Cyber attacks can be internal also, done by someone in an organization, like an employee. Or external are outsiders, like hackers on the internet. Cyber attacks becoming more common and more dangerous as we rely more on technology in our daily lives. So understanding these basics are help us stay alert and stay safe in the digital world. That's all from my side. Now I will hand it over to Samima, who will explain more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moa, for the wonderful introduction. A very good afternoon, teachers and my friend and lovely juniors. I am Samima Khatur from second year student of BCA department. So we already have an idea of what is cyber attack and why it happens. Now I will be talking about a very important and relevant topic in the world of technology, that is types of cyber attack and their prevention techniques. In a world where cyber threats are growing to every day, so we should know how to prevent cyber threats. Let's explore how this attack work and how can we protect ourselves. So let's explore some common cyber attacks. These include phishing attack, malware attack, man-in-the-middle attack, DOS and DDoS attack, ransomware, SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and zero-day exploit. We will go through each one individually next. So, our first topic is what is phishing attack. Phishing is a type of cybercrime where criminals send fake emails or messages pretending to be from a trusted organization like a bank, government office or company. So let's take an example for this attack. A person receive a message, congratulations, you own 10 lakh, click here to claim, excited. If you enter your personal information, then your money will be disappears. So let's identify how can we prevent a phishing attack. We can use spam filters to filter all suspicious messages. Moving on to the next slide. Yes, now let's see what is malware attack. Malware attacks are basically types of malicious software designed to cause harm or damage to a computer, client, server or computer network or infrastructure without end user knowledge. So basically, malware can steal data, damages our system or get unauthorized access. It can come in many forms like viruses, worms, fake apps or often spreads through emails, downloads. Let's take an example for this attack. In the year of 2000, a virus spreads through emails and
and caused huge damage. So it is known as the I love you virus. Yes, evil love can be dangerous. Now let's see how can we prevent a malware attack. First and foremost, we have to use antivirus software, and also updating software regularly can prevent that attack. Moving on to the next slide, please. Now let's see what is DOS and DDoS attack. Imagine 1000 people shouting at once. Can we respond to any of them? No, right? What happens to website when they get loaded with fake traffic? So basically, DOS stands for denial of service and DDoS stands for distributed denial of service. What happens in a DOS attack? The attackers basically send multiple requests to a website server, causing it to become an unavailable overload to respond to real users. In a more advanced version, distributed denial of service attack, the attackers basically hijack multiple computers known as a botnet. First of all, we can use a good load balancer to manage traffic, and also you have to monitor traffic to prevent this attack. Thank you. To continue the next topic, I would like to call Laboni to carry forward.
Thank you, Samima, for that wonderful information. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Laboni Jana from second year student of BCA department. Now, I will be talking about a very important topic, that is ransomware attack. Now, let's see what is ransomware attack. Imagine you are throwing a party at your house. Suddenly, someone comes in, locks the door, and says, "I have the key. Give me $100 in cash, and I will return it." Ransomware does exactly the same thing. It is a type of harmful software that encrypts your computer files. Then the attacker demands money to give back control of your files. A real-life example of ransomware attack is the WannaCry attack that occurs in 2017. It affected over 200,000 computers in 150 countries. Now let's see how to prevent this attack. To prevent this attack, use regular backup, avoid malicious emails, and use strong emails. Moving on to the next slide. Next is SQL injection attack. It is a type of attack where the attackers insert a malicious SQL code into the input field, like login forms. If the system does not handle this input, then the code runs directly on the database. It can allow the attackers to steal sensitive data or delete records. A famous example is the Heartland payment system breach that occurred in 2009, where over 130 million credit card numbers were stolen. Okay, now let's see how to prevent this attack. To prevent this attack, use prepared statement and validate user input. Moving on to the next slide. Next is cross-site scripting or XSS attack. It is a type of attack where the attacker injecting a malicious script into the web pages. This can run directly on the victim's browser and can steal cookies. A major example is the Twitter XSS attack that occurs in 2009, where a malicious script spread quickly by auto-tweeting from many users' accounts. Now let's see how to prevent this attack. To prevent this attack, escape output and sanitize input. That is all about my side. To continue the next topic, I would like to call Abir to carry forward.
Thank you so much, Laboni, for describing those attacks very well. And really, these attacks sounds very dangerous. A delightful good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abir Lal. I'm a second year student of PCA department. So till now, we have learned various kinds of attacks and how can we prevent ourselves. Next, we have a very interesting attack that is known as the brute force attack. So first of all, we have to understand what is the brute force attack. So imagine you have locked your diary with a 3-digit pin and your friend tries to open it by entering randomly from 000 to all the way up to 999 until it will be opened. And that's exactly how the brute force attack is worked. So basically, an attacker have a dictionary that contains lots of passwords, and they use automated tools to perform these attacks. They enter tons of combinations, even sometimes thousands in a second, until it will be opened. So let's take an example of this attack. So in the year of 2013, a big reputed MNC like Adobe also faced this attack, and it exposed over 150 million user records and their login infos. Moving on to the next slide. So basically these are the tools and attackers use to perform these attacks. So we have Hydra, John the Ripper and Aircrack AG. These are the automated tools. Now let's understand how can we protect ourselves from this attack. So first of all, we can use account lockout policies that basically locks our account after several failed login attempts. Also, we can use CAPTCHA to prevent the automated login attempts. And using strong passwords and multi-factor authentication can protect ourselves. Moving on to the next slide. Now let's see some general prevention techniques to protect ourselves. So first of all, we have to regularly update our system, our application software to mitigate the risk. And also we can use strong multi-factor authentications to protect ourselves. And also using strong encryption into our data can protect our data from the attacker. And we can set some security policies in our organizations, and everyone in the organization must follow them. Also, providing the cyber security training to our employee can protect ourselves. And last of all, we have to back up our data regularly. That will be very beneficial after an attack. Please move on to the next slide. We also brought some bonus tips for you. Now let's see them. Moving on to the next slide. So basically this is a website that is known as Have I Been Pawned. It helps to check if our data has been leaked out from any data breach or not. We just simply have to enter our Gmail address here, and if our data has been leaked, it shows a red message. And also we can check from where our data has been leaked out and where it might be used. But if it says the green message, then don't worry, you are safe. Moving on to the next slide. This is a website that is known as Virus Total. It basically scans our file and checks if it contains any virus or not. Please move on to the next slide. So in the conclusion, I just want to say that most of the cyber attacks don't happen because attackers are always smarter than us. They happen basically
Intelligence in Education and Student Life, presented by DBA first year. I am Songita Guchai, Sudipa Mondal, Swadanilaya and Sumanala. Moving to the next slide. Introduction. Artificial intelligence is helping students learn better and making education easier to access. This presentation explores its effects. This is all about my slide. The next slide is continued by Sudipa. Sudipa, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangita. Moving to the next slide. I am Sudipa Mondal, a first year student of BBA department. Today I am going to discuss about what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence basically refers to the development of computer systems which mimic or require human needs or human intelligence to learning and problem solving and decision making. Moving to the next slide, please. In my next slide, I will discuss about AI in student life. How to affect in student life and education. First point is personalized learning experience. Second is 24/7 tutoring and homework help. Next is smart study tools and apps, and at last languages and accessibility support. Moving to the next slide, please. In this slide, we enhance how to AI affects or increase our education possibilities. First point is automated grading and administration. Second is intelligent current creation. Third, adaptive learning platform. And fourth is career guidance system. So this is all about my slide. The next slide will be discussed by Shonali.
রকেট বলছে 2 মিনিটেই শেষ হয়ে যাবে 2 মিনিটেই শেষ হয়ে যাবে
Thank you, Sudeepa. I am explaining to my slide advantage of AI. First of all, enhance efficiency and automation. Advantage of AI: enhance efficiency and automation, improve decision making, transforming industries 24/7, availability and society, etc. Disadvantage of AI: job displacement, ethical basis, lack of human judgment and creativity, etc. Next slide, please. Next slide is popular AI tools in education. Khan Academy, it is adaptive learning. Duolingo, it is language learning. ChatGPT, it is virtual tutor. Grammarly, it is writing assignment. Thank you. This is all about my slide. Next slide continued by Sumona.
Thank you, Sonali. Myself, Sona Roy. I am first year student of BBA department from Global Group of Institutions. My slide is Future of AI in Education. AI will offer more personalized, interactive and expensive, including its educational experience, but human guidance will remain essential. Moving to the next slide. Now come to conclusion. AI brings significant benefits and challenges to student life and education. Responsible to and ethical use is crucial for long-term success. This is all about our presentation. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you, Deepika, and your team. We have gathered a different type of data, different types of knowledges about what is data and how to restore data, and which is very, very beneficial in this 11th of May, that is the National Technology Day. So, technology for the mankind. So, be safe as well as also secure while using the technology. I must show my gratitude and thanks to all the participants, those who have given a wonderful presentation. And last but not the least is use technology for your growth and development, not for the destruction. This is the last and foremost things I want to say. Along with it, I'm going to wind up the session today. Thank you once again to all the participants as well as also the audiences. And last, I'm going to call respected Project sir to please come and end up the sessions.
আমার এদিকে ক্যামেরা ঘুরে দিচ্ছি
Good afternoon. Thank you, Honorable MP sir, our dignified faculty members, and my lovely dear students. As we approach the end of this memorable celebration of National Technology Day, let us take a moment to reflect on the purpose and spirit of this occasion. This day is more than a commemoration. It is a reminder of the limitless potential that science and technology hold in shaping our nation's progress. From the landmark Pokhran test in 1998 to today's AI-powered innovations, India has continued to stride forward on the path of self-reliance and scientific excellence. Today, we have had the privilege to listen to some inspiring talk, recognized innovators, and witness the billions of student-led projects, debates, and exhibitions. These moments are not just celebrations. They are seeds to innovation, curiosity, and national pride. We thank our chief guests, dignitaries, faculty members, and every student who participated with enthusiasm. A heartfelt appreciation goes to the organizing committee for their dedication in planning and executing today's event so smoothly. Let this day be a spark that lights up new ideas. Let us all carry forward the mission of innovation, excellence, and technological progress in our respective fields. Together we can build a brighter and more empowered India. Once again, thank you all for joining us and making this event a grand success. With great pride and gratitude, thank you once again.